pace of life moves so quickly, you don't really take time to appreciate it. My story was something of that sort, until stage 4 colon cancer created a pause, or better yet, my purpose. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks to everybody who's watched the first 2 videos. Thanks to all those who subscribed, shared, commented, and just continue showing your support throughout this new endeavor, throughout this new approach of me actually being vocal about certain things that I strongly feel like I should be vocal about. You can see I'm on top of the roof. Last day in Jamaica. It's a vibe out here. A totally different vibe, an amazing vibe. It's amazing out here. Definitely is amazing. But there's 2 things that I just wanted to talk about that goes along with this vibe, goes along with this vlog, to show you what I've experienced since I've been out here for the past 2 weeks. And it's just me being conscious and me being quiet and looking on. And it's something that I had suffered with too, is not really understanding your blessings. And when I say that because every day we pray for certain things, and just because those prayers aren't answered doesn't mean that we're not being blessed tremendously in different ways that we might not be paying attention to. So some of us might say, like, I prayed for this and I didn't get this. And while you're praying for certain things, you have to realize that God has a way of working and moving you in His direction and not yours. Well, what we as humans fail to realize is that we think that we're all powerful and we have all the control over a life that was given to us, a life that is not our own, a life that is just borrowed time. It's impossible. It's totally impossible. So the big blessings, the big wants, the big needs that we pray for and ask God for on the regular, they might never be answered because of how you are praying and how are you asking for it, and why you're asking for it. God might look and say, you know what, you don't need that yet, or you don't need that at all, or what you're asking for is not really what you deserve. And that could be both in a positive and a negative way. It could be in a way of you don't deserve it at all, or you deserve something way bigger. And it was something that I struggled with for a long time, especially dealing with this battle of cancer. I used to pray, and I still pray, tremendously and extremely hard, not only for myself, but for other people who I know are in similar situations. I pray for the world that we're in. I pray for a whole bunch of things. But specifically right now, for example, I prayed for to be cancer free. And I still yet to reach and achieve that goal. But to tell you the truth, it's not until I stopped worrying about certain things like that and just focusing on the smaller things, the smaller things that might eventually lead up to the bigger things, which is smaller blessings that came along the way. So learn to distinguish your blessings. Learn to understand that not everything is going to be given to you at that time that you prayed for it. Understand that you might not be deserving of it, or you might be more deserving of something else. So learn to distinguish your blessings. Some blessings are so small to the point where we don't even know, or we don't even pay attention to them because they're so small, and we don't even recognize that we're being blessed because it's not what we asked for. But God is blessing us on the daily. He blessed us today. He gave us life. So each and every one of us that's just watching this video right now, you are blessed. You are here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. A lot of people don't really understand or know their purpose. Some people go their whole lifetime and don't discover their purpose. So I feel extremely blessed that I'm placed in this situation where I know my purpose. I know why I'm here. I know that I'm being blessed tremendously each and every day just by living with something so serious and knowing that, you know what, you've been here after your diagnosis 3 years and 2 months. It's just amazing still. It's really amazing because I've seen and I've experienced a lot of people who I know at the same time or shortly before me got diagnosed with cancers and stuff like that that aren't here today. So it's just a blessing that I'm still able to be here, still able to talk, breathe, walk. Even though that I'm not in full and total healing, I know God is putting things together in His time and not mine. So that's why I don't panic, I don't worry, I don't stress. People ask me if I fear death. And from a young person, I've come to grips with death. But that's just like any other person. Like, yeah, you know, your days aren't promised. But then when man attaches a deadly disease, the second most deadly disease in the world, then you start thinking a little bit differently. You start seeing things a little bit differently. Like, you know what? I have this, and now the time that I thought I had, that time is actually even cut down even more. And that's what I used to think before. But that's not what I think now. I know my time here on earth is limited. And that's just like every single other individual. But I know my time here is purposeful. I know my time here is for a deeper meaning and a deeper purpose than just me being here for the time being. So just learn to distinguish your blessings. Learn to understand that some blessings are so small to the point where we're so focused on the bigger ones that we don't pay attention to the smaller ones. Just understand that everything, every opportunity, every other day that you are given is another blessing, another chance and another opportunity to grow, to help, to change yourself and other individuals that are around you. It doesn't make any sense to just help and try to make yourself the best possible person or the best possible version of yourself you could be. It's always better where you can help others to get to that same exact goal, the goal that you're trying to get to. So it makes so much more sense to help other people than just to help yourselves. Yes, it's definitely a life filled of giving is definitely worth it. And it's way better and way more rewarding than keeping everything to yourself. And it's even more rewarding when you do things for people who can't do anything back for you. And that's where I find the most joy and the most help and the most healing, is that it helps me as an individual knowing that, yes, I can't work your typical 9 to 5 anymore. I can't do a lot of things that I used to be able to do, but me helping other people and me giving back to other people without them being able to do anything for me is the biggest blessing. And that right there is better than chemo, and it's better than anything that's sustaining my life right now. So just understand your blessings. Some might be big, some might be small. Some might come in some weird packages that you might never understand why you're the one receiving them. But a blessing is a blessing. And learn how to accept and appreciate each and every blessing. Because God's no to your prayers is just Him telling you to be patient for His greater yes. And His greater yes is unmatched. It's unmatched to anything that you pray or ever ask for. So just understand your blessings. And another thing I just want to talk about is just some things that I have upcoming. Every year I throw this big gala that is the biggest fundraiser of the year for my organization. It's on October 19th, VIP Country Club in New Rochelle. And basically, it's a time for family, friends, everybody who supported me to come out and just celebrate life. And not only my life, but to celebrate the lives of each and every person who's coming, but also the life of the person who we donate the funds to. And each and every person we donate the funds to have been impacted by something along the way, something along their personal journey that has either allowed them to pause or reflect, or some of them don't even understand why certain things happen to them. So we just throw this event to try to help people, raise as much funds and give it back to those people. And this year, we're donating it to a student that goes to St. Ray's as well. But his mom recently had passed away from cancer. And I heard that all the financial aspects of the household is now left on his 20-plus-year-old sister. So that story had touched me. That story had touched me. And it leads me to just want to help as much as possible, because it's not the first person who I've known who's lost a parent from cancer, especially a young male. We need our mothers for so many different reasons. Our mothers nurtured us, loved us, and shown us things that fathers can't really show us. But a mother's love is just a one-of-a-kind kind of love. So shout out to all the mothers who do what they have to do on the daily. We definitely appreciate you. And that's just as genuine love as it comes. But cancer, why I shared that story with you, cancer affects each and every one of us. When somebody in your family is diagnosed with cancer, it not only affects the individual, it affects your close family members, your close friends. And the person with cancer often tries to act like everything is cool, like it's no worries, don't worry about me, I have this. But we ourselves don't realize how much cancer affects other people. But I'm in the process of writing a book, and the first chapter, or a chapter in the book I should say, is called Your Tumor versus Mine. And this chapter basically just talks about someone who self-diagnoses themselves with cancer versus somebody who actually has cancer. And I just want you to take time and think about that. The title of the chapter is Your Tumor versus Mine. My tumor is a malignant tumor that is causing physical, emotional stress on my body and on my mind. But your tumor, and the tumors that I've seen people have self-diagnosed themselves with and stressed themselves over, which they shouldn't at all, is bills, is worrying about not having certain materialistic things, whether it's the name brand of, you guys know the top name brands, not being able to drive the best car, taking advantage of certain things that are placed in your life. Those are self-diagnosed tumors. Those are self-afflicting tumors. Those are things that if you change your mindset, change your approach, you're able to remove those tumors and those cancers that are in your life. Some people's tumor is a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Some people's tumor is the job they work for. Some people's tumor is themselves. Some people don't understand that in all reality, some of your same decisions that you make for yourselves, that's your cancer. That's your everyday battle. That's your everyday struggle. Everybody has cancer. Everybody has cancer, but it's what are you going to do? What is going to be your approach to your cancer, to your tumor? And I say this because I'm a person who actually has cancer. The person who actually gets hooked up to chemo. The person who actually has to take these horrible medications that transform your body, transform the way you feel. But the person who self-diagnoses themselves with cancer is in all control over the aspects of cancers in their lives. And I say this to say that until you find out who you actually are as a person, you're going to be living with cancer for the rest of your life. When I got diagnosed with cancer, I was in a very tender state as a person, still trying to figure out who I was as a man, trying to still figure out where I wanted to be and where I wanted to go in life. Cancer came about. Cancer knocked me down. And I had to learn and teach myself a whole different angle of life and a whole different viewpoint to life. And I found who I actually was as a person. When you're in certain situations, you tend to start thinking differently. You tend to start behaving differently. And that's exactly what I did. I eventually saw who was who for the people who I were hanging around with, and some I don't speak to anymore. Some relationships got rekindled that fell off prior to me getting sick. Some things I just had to give up for myself that I know, like, all right, I'm on a different walk, I'm on a different path in life, and I can't continue doing certain things. And when you self-evaluate yourself and just sit down and say, why I'm not in that position that I'm supposed to be in? Why am I not doing better in this aspect of my life rather than this aspect? And as young people, we live in this age of social media where everything is put out in front of us. And I would say everything that's put out in front of us by other people are highlight reels. It's not a true reality to what we are actually living and going through. Life is very complex and life is very tricky. And growing up as kids, we know we always, I want to be a grown-up, I want to be grown up because of the things that we thought grown-ups could do and could handle. But actually, until we're in those shoes, we want to take some few steps back and start over, which is completely understandable. But we're here now. We have this time now. You have this one life now. Why not use it to the best of your ability. Why not stop self-diagnosing ourselves with super small, super changeable things that if we just put time, effort into rethinking things and taking a different approach to different things, those cancers will be gone. Your cancer will be in total remission, and you will see the transformation that your life will actually start going down a different road, a better path. And that just goes to anybody who has any obstacle or anything that's obstructing their view or obstructing their path. Step back, reevaluate yourself. Look at things from all different perspectives of the situation. Analyze each and every one of your self-diagnosed tumors. Approach it with a whole different approach, a better approach. Even though time is limited, we still have time. Even though we might lose, don't lose the lesson. Every path that we go down on is a path that's supposed to equip us for our next journey. And that's why I think life is just so amazing, even though it's so complex. Pictures growing up, you always used to see the path to life, like a straight path, and then the one next to you, roadblocks, cracks in the road, everything that's being thrown at you. And some might ask, Trish, which path you're gonna take? Before, I would have took the easy road. That's the easy road that I was on before. That didn't lead me to anywhere. Knowing what I know now, I would definitely take the same path that I'm on right now. The journey is just so beautiful. It's so amazing. It showed me that even with cancer, that you're still able to live. You're still able to laugh. You're still able to enjoy life. And a life that you could truly see and truly understand right now. The life I was living before, I had no clue what I was doing. But the life I live now, I'm able to travel. I'm able to be with family members more often. Get to experience different things with the people I love. My siblings, my girlfriend, my parents. Relationships that I never had before. Or relationships I had before, but they weren't as strong. Some seem fake, some seem unrealistic. But being blessed with certain situations just help you to get a clear vision, a 20/20 vision, not for yourself only, but for the others that you claim you love. So with that being said, thanks again to everybody who watches, everybody who subscribes, everybody who likes, comments, and shares. A lot of fun things, a lot of good things are in the works with this channel. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching. From the heart of Tristan. Just know everything I say, everything I do is from the heart. And none of this is for my glory. All this is for the glory of God. All this is showing the glory, His grace, His mercy. This is all for Him, not for me. Not for me. So just know, and I hope that somebody takes something from this video and just applies it to their life. Gets in control of those cancers, gets in control of their life and what's going on. It's only one, but we have all but so control over the one that we have. Just know, let go and let God. Let go and let God. But first, before I end this video, let me show you how a boy with cancer really live. Tune in. I'm out. 28.
Damn.
Good morning. We just hit the airport.
You know, you gotta speak louder than that.
I could turn the volume up on the phone.
Oh.
Duh.
But why not just speak loud?
You're quiet
to
tonight.
begin with.
girl this morning. She was love at first sight. Ooh, I met a girl this morning, and she was beauty to my eyes. I asked her where she from, she tell me in the tropics. She asked me what's my name, I tell her I am Connie. And I said, girl, tell me what's your name, and she tell me that her name is Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Ooh, Lord, smile for me, Jamaica. Never you cry, here am I. Yeah, I'm here for you, Jamaica. Dry your eyes, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. Lord, hey, she have a rich history. A beautiful woman with the sweetest gifts. Beautiful sunrise and an evening kiss of a nice sunset on the evening season. But she tell me, say she tired. Tired of the exploit and the liars. She give them reggae, give them beaches, give them flowers and the ferns. All she got is abuse in return. But I say, don't you worry yourself, mama. Hey, Chronics is here to your help, mama. Ooh, I said, no worry yourself, mommy. One thing me, I beg you do for me. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Hey, smile for me, Jamaica. Never you cry, here am I. Girl, I'm here for you, Jamaica. What must I try? Oh my. That she asks me, and this I want me say, a sweet, sweet Chronics, you fi give them. The one drop beat pan a rhythm. Are you give them bob with a different step in? Are you give them bolt, nobody can run left.